I'm Abigail Doolittle. It's time for ETF Friday. And of course, joining me today is Tom Psarofagis. And there has been a reshuffling of the sectors of this week, Tom, for the S&P 500. We now have the new communication services sector, no longer the telecom. And telecom was always overshadowed by tech. So what can you talk to us about this, and especially in terms of interest around ETFs now?
Yeah, sure. So this sector has been very overshadowed by tech. Even the sponsors themselves, it was such a small category. There's only 6 ETFs before this reshuffling focusing on telecom. But that's sort of all changed, right? Last week there was a big rebalance. There's a ton of flows now coming into these products. So over the week alone, there's been $1 billion that's come into these new communications ETFs. But that's the biggest flow that they've ever seen. So still, relatively speaking, they're tiny. It's still only about $4 billion in assets in the entire category, compared to broader tech, which has $90 billion and over 50 ETFs. But we're going to continue to see more interest as money has to reshuffle out of tech into this new telecom sector.
So it sounds like there's a lot of interest. What are the actual options for investors who want to get in on this new communication services space?
Sure. So there's very few. There's only 7 now. And one thing that I think kind of goes overlooked a little bit is not all the ETFs have made the changes, right? So for example, XLC, which is the one that was launched by State Street, that one's fully representative of the new sector. But let's say somebody's looking for the cheapest option, so they're going to look at Fidelity's telecom product. That one hasn't rebalanced yet, right? Because it's tracking MSCI, it's not tracking S&P.
So the first one has some of those individual weightings in terms of Facebook and Amazon and Netflix, so it has more of that tech and consumer discretionary component in addition to the telecom?
Correct. So
and the second one does not?
Correct. It's reflective of the new changes. Fidelity, that one is MSCI, so they're not rebalancing until the end of November. So just be aware, investors should know that if you're buying one of these other ones, they maybe not be fully reflective of the new changes yet.